Terion's hunger for success isn't anything new.
Because I want this, man. I'm going to tell you how bad I want it. I'm going to tell you on the court because my gang going to do the talking. The air for me, man. See y'all boys, man.
Fans, what's going on? It's your boy King, man. It's time for us to talk about these draft picks, right? Was going to do an individual, but for the beginning of this little series, we're going to start out with two guys together, and there's a reason why I'm doing it that way. We'll get into that in a moment, but these two I feel like need to be done together because they both have some similarities. They both were drafted in a similar type fashion. Even though, you know, we traded up to take a guy in Arnold. When you look at Rakestraw, man, when you look at the value that you're getting at the pick that we took him, I think it's very, very similar when you compare their skill sets. There's a little bit difference in between, but both of those guys can hold their own. They're both sticky guys, man. Both savage dogs, you know what I mean? So, I'd rather do these two together. So, first and foremost, you seen the clip at the beginning of the video. That will forever be hilarious. I had to play that again. But at the same time, it's dope, man. It's just flat out dope. It's bro, ever since a kid, you know, he has that personality, he has that swagger. We have our Detroit version of a Sauce Gardner, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this draft. So he brings everything that you want as far as a cornerback, man. He still has some growing to do with his game. We'll get into that, right? But when you look at his personality overall and what he brings to the table, what he brings to your locker room, what he brings to your team, the experience that he does have coming in, that's all important. All important. We got a hell of a player. And I see some of the same things, you know, with Rakestraw, man. It's listen, simple and plain, he has a confidence about himself. It's not out loud, but he has that swagger too. You know what I'm saying? It definitely shows up on film. Man, it shows up on film. Very, very impressive film, man. I had a lot of fun over these last couple of days watching his film, man. Like I said, it's probably a little bit more enjoyed than watching Arnold's. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though he went to Mizzou, him and his counterparts in the secondary were dogs. That defense was a big reason why, Mizzou did what they did. So, they were a big part of that team. And most of it is because of, Ennis and his guys back there in the secondary with him. So, man, listen. All right. Terion Arnold. What does he bring to the table? What did I see on film? What is he going to bring to the Lions? Well, first and foremost, me being a Michigan fan myself, I had a real good opportunity to look at him up close. It was our year. It was Natty year, right? We had to go up against Alabama. So not only did I see him up close there, but, me and my brothers, we follow college football through the whole season. We keep up with everybody, especially the big teams, right? And what I saw was someone who's smooth, confident, sticky when he needs to be, is definitely a willing hitter. All the traits that you need in a number one receiver. A lockdown type receiver. Does he still have some things to, improve? Yes. Definitely needs to improve his footwork. Definitely needs to, improve his instincts when he's put in certain positions. But for the most part, he was drafted where he was drafted based off of, some of those things showing up on tape. You know what I'm saying? When the lights were on, he showed up. He showed up, man. And some of those traits of a true NFL starting lockdown corner, they pop off the film. They pop off the film. I know you guys are looking at a few of the clips that I'm playing, but listen, man, you need to try to get yourself a hold of the all 22. You know what I'm saying? If you can listen, there's a couple of all 22s on YouTube. But the one that I follow, I'll leave a link in the description to his channel so you guys can go and watch some of these guys, all 22s, man. So it's very, very important to watch film on these guys, because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time to watch collegiate football. So you don't really know what you're getting. You're just trusting blindly in Brad Holmes, which is nothing wrong with that. He's definitely made a a case for, people to believe in him, right? So, but when you look at these guys on the all 22, man, you really start to understand where Brad Holmes was going and what he was thinking when he was taking these guys, why he was aggressive to go and get these guys. Why he doubled up on these guys in the secondary. It's not just, a contract standpoint. It's also the future, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that we needed. I just got done watching the last episode of, The Den on the Lions YouTube channel. And you guys need to go and watch it, man, because it takes you through the entire season. And you can see the need for the team in that video. And he addressed that, and he addressed it aggressively. And I really appreciate the fact that he did that. So, but Terion is a very, very smooth player, man. Very, very smooth player. It's very hard to get by him. You know what I'm saying? So we hear about the speed, right? The combine and everything else. But it's very hard to get by him in the first place. I've seen him be able, to keep up with some of the fastest receivers that just came out of this draft. And we're talking about a guy that didn't run a blazing speed at the combine. So, football speed, I always say, is different than, you doing those drills at the combine. The combine is only to elevate, what you see on film. So, with him, no issues there, no worries there. Everything that you see on film for him is fixable, but for what you do see on film, you see the stickiness, you see him making plays, you see him using his IQ to cut in front of footballs, you see him swinging his hips, changing direction, planting his foot in the ground. He do have some work to do as far as his footwork. I did see some placement issues out there as far as him changing direction, but listen, all of those things will get adjusted in camp. I can guarantee you that. He'll be ready to go. At what point will he become a starter? That's all up to him. That's all up to him. That's all up to the coaching staff. He has to earn it, is what Brad Holmes said, right? But on the flip side of that, you start to look at Ennis on film. And I had put this tweet on Twitter, right? I truly believe that. When I was watching Ennis tape, I do feel like his skill set looked a little bit more ready, NFL ready. He looked a little bit more polished. And watching his film, because like I said, he's sticky too. Definitely a willing hitter. He may not be as smooth as Terion, but man, he knows where to be. He knows how to find the football. He makes plays. He's a dog. He's a flat out dog. You know what I'm saying? He showed up against some big teams too. So quarterbacks also refuse to throw to, his side. So in some of those big games. So when you look at all of those traits, man, it's like 1A and 1B with these two guys. You have a similar situation in these two guys where, you got more value for where you picked them. And that's just a great thing, for us to have, man. And like I said, these guys are so talented. So talented, man. This is definitely going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun series to talk about some of these guys, man, because like I said, you start to see the pieces come together and what Brad Holmes was thinking and doing during this draft, as far as what these guys bring to this team. But Rakestraw, man, is just turning the football over. They out there peanut punching guys, knocking the football out. And man, watching his tape is fun. So y'all need to start, searching on YouTube and try to get as much film as you can acquire, because, like I said, he played from the zoo, man. And, it's not that much available, but there's enough available. So with that said, man, we are in a good spot with these two young men. I hope they go out there and absolutely show out. I know there's some injury concerns when it comes to a guy like Ennis. Back in 2021, he had a ACL, but he also had some surgery last season. Missed 5 games, getting core surgery. He had something going on with his groin too, but he got core surgery and missed 5 games and end up, not, participating in the Senior Bowl and then the combine situation and everything else. So, that's why he's available at the spot where he is, because when you watch his film alone, it's like, this guy's a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? He's a first round pick that we got in a second, man. Once you start really breaking it down. So, like I said, man, you guys, y'all have to do yourself some justice, man, and try to dig up as much as y'all can on these two, man, because yeah, it's about to be fun watching them in the secondary, along with what we just added up front on that D line. So, I can't wait to get to the Wingo video, but we're gonna take our time to get there. To get Wingo in the 6th round is amazing, absolutely amazing. So, with that said, man, leave it in the comment section. Do you feel like these dudes are mano a mano? Do you feel like they're even? Do you feel like one is better than the other? Don't just go off a draft position. That's why I want you guys to go and watch some film, man. Go hit YouTube and start looking up some film. But do you think these guys are even, or do you think one is better than the other? Me personally, I just think that, Ennis is just a little bit more, as far as his skill set, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see these young guys, man, in camp and how they react, because they got a plethora of big-time receivers that they have to face, and it's not going to be fun at all. It's just not. So, yeah, man, leave it in the comment section, man. Make sure you smash the like button for your boy and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, too, so you can keep up with this series, man. We're going to be doing, this, what do I call him now? This huge human next, man. We got Manu next, Giovanni Manu. So 6'8", 350 pounds of them. So you don't want to miss that. So hit that notification bell, man, and make sure you guys are ready, because when that video drop, I'll be able to focus on that a little bit more. I didn't really get into the film with these two simply because Mizzou does not have a lot of film available. I kind of had to put some pieces together. But, you know, with Terrion, I mean, I'm probably sure everybody done watched everything they wanted to on Terrion now. So I want to get into the guys that you guys don't really know or haven't heard, you know what I'm saying? So that's where we're going to focus. That's why I wanted to throw these two on this video, simply to just reiterate what we did in this draft and to let you guys know that we got some absolute dogs. But with that said, leave it in the comment section, man. And man, I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.